Summary of Unbroken Bonds of Battle, a Book of Heroism, Patriotism, and Friendship by Johnny Joey Jones, written and narrated by JANKY. Introduction. The Unbroken Bonds of Battle book is a compelling anthology featuring the narratives of 11 esteemed U.S. veterans. Within its pages, these veterans candidly share the driving forces behind their military service, recount their experiences on the front lines, and impart invaluable lessons on life, loss, and friendship. Military service, often deemed the ultimate sacrifice, beckons individuals to commit themselves to the Army, Navy, and Air Force, despite the absence of a desire for war. While some fortunate souls return home, others face a less fortunate fate. Yet, amidst the victories and defeats of these unsung heroes, their stories remain largely unheard, overshadowed by Hollywood films of varying accuracy. Enter this audiobook, an exceptional offering that unveils unfiltered glimpses behind the curtain of military life. Johnny Joey Jones, the author, presents 11 memoirs and will delve into the experiences of 5 remarkable individuals: Wesley Hunt, Nate Boyer, Lacy Gunnoe, Jacob Schick, and Jones himself. Through their narratives, we gain insights into their motivations for military service, their unvarnished encounters on the front lines, and the profound life lessons they've gleaned about friendship and loss. Moreover, we gain a first-hand perspective on the less apparent challenge they all confront, transitioning back into civilian life after injury or retirement. While our own triumphs and tragedies may differ from the battlefield, the universal themes of joy and sorrow resonate. In these veterans' tales, we discover profound lessons applicable to the pressures we all face: life, loss, and the enduring bonds of friendship. Chapter 1. The Legacy of Captain, Ret. Wesley Hunt. In the Hunt family, military service was viewed as a rare meritocracy for Black individuals from the southern United States. While the armed forces were not entirely immune to racial issues, success and failure were determined more by attitude and ability than by color or creed. Wesley Hunt's father, a lieutenant colonel in the Army and a member of the Reserve Officers Training Corps, had little tolerance for complaints or excuses. He instilled in his 3 children a sense of radical responsibility and the mantra of, "If not us, who?" Consequently, all 3 siblings chose to join the military. While his older sister served in Baghdad's Green Zone and his younger brother in the Arabian Gulf, Hunt piloted Apache helicopters over Baghdad itself. Tasked with supporting ground units under attack, Hunt's team faced such frequent requests in the mid-2000s that 2 Apaches were constantly airborne. One particularly high-stakes mission had Hunt and his team engaged in aerial combat for 7 hours. A tank had hit an improvised explosive device, IED, near a coalition outpost, and the troops were under heavy fire. Despite his helicopter taking fire and requiring multiple refuels to stay airborne, Hunt and his team unflinchingly returned each time, dedicated to saving as many American lives as possible. No complaints, no excuses. While Hunt no longer flies Apaches over war zones, he upholds the lessons of discipline instilled by his father and the military. Today, Hunt serves his country in a different arena, swapping Iraq's Camp Taji for the U.S. Congress. Assuming responsibility not only for one's life, but also for the lives and well-being of others is a formidable undertaking. In Hunt's perspective, the question is, if not me, then who will step up? We all contribute to making the world a better place, and the more individuals who step up, whether in significant or minor ways, the lighter the collective burden becomes for everyone. Chapter 2. The Unconventional Odyssey of Staff Sergeant Nate Boyer. Nate Boyer stands as a living testament to the transformative power of action over mere words, a rare individual who turned aspirations into reality. In 2004, at the tender age of 23, Boyer embarked on a solo journey to Chad, Africa, driven by the desire to volunteer at a refugee camp for Sudanese fleeing conflict. Repeated rejections from various U.S. non-governmental organizations, citing the prerequisite of a college degree, did not deter him. Undaunted, Boyer charted his own course, boarding a plane, persuading his way into a camp, and dedicating his days to erecting tent shelters and distributing rations. His time in the refugee camp left Boyer with a profound realization of his own unearned privilege as a U.S. citizen. Recognizing that he hadn't actively earned the fortune of being born in the U.S., he felt a sense of responsibility to make a meaningful impact on the world. Upon his return to the U.S., Boyer enlisted in the Army, earning his Green Beret within a year. Serving in the Special Forces, he completed multiple tours in Afghanistan and Iraq, returning physically unharmed, a fortunate outcome not shared by all of his comrades. At the age of 29, Boyer decided to pursue higher education, enrolling at the University of Texas. In a surprising turn, he joined the university's football program, despite having no prior experience in the sport. Impressively, Boyer not only represented the team throughout his 5-year tenure, but also secured a contract with the Seattle Seahawks in the National Football League. Today, Boyer has transitioned into the realms of acting and film production, with Sylvester Stallone producing his 2022 film, MVP. This project aimed to shed light on the challenges veterans face post-military service. Boyer's life philosophy echoes in his mantra, "Anything is possible." While his story may be extraordinary, the question lingers, what if you infused even a fraction of his approach into your own life? How might your identity and actions transform? In the ephemeral journey of human existence, Boyer's life encourages us all to seize the moment and make the most of our time here. Chapter 3. Lacy Gunnoe's Triumph from Humble Beginnings. In the modest confines of a trailer in southern West Virginia, Lacy Gunnoe's upbringing lacked the opulence of material wealth. However, he attests that his family bestowed upon him invaluable gifts, unyielding support, and an indomitable work ethic being the foremost. The dissolution of Gunnoe's parents' marriage during his high school years dealt him a profound emotional blow. Though he presented a facade of confidence externally, internally, he grappled with feelings of disorientation and solitude. Gunnoe acknowledges that his journey to college and the military would likely have faltered if not for the steadfast belief instilled in him by his family and early mentors. Entering the Air Force, Gunnoe still battled self-doubt, yet those in his orbit consistently reflected his untapped potential until he could recognize it himself. Ascending to the rank of aircraft commander, Gunnoe undertook 5 deployments post 9/11. Despite the significance of his military service, the West Virginian felt a calling to pay forward the support and inspiration he had received. Transitioning from combat to the classroom, he became an instructor pilot, earning several awards for his dedication. A poignant highlight from Gunnoe's instructional tenure involves a transformative encounter with a student, whom we'll call Diego. Facing challenges in technical training, Diego, older than his peers and grappling with English as a second language, seemed destined to fail. Gunnoe, however, decided to forge a connection with Diego, a rapport lacking with other instructors. In an unconventional move, Gunnoe altered Diego's failing grades to excellent during a meeting, challenging him to earn those scores. Diego not only met the challenge but continues to fly today. Years later, he sent Gunnoe a photo alongside the president of his country, aboard their equivalent of Air Force One. Acknowledging the impact of both advocates and critics, Gunnoe imparts a crucial lesson. Express gratitude to those who propelled you to greater heights and seize every opportunity to guide others on a similar ascent. As Gunnoe aptly puts it, instead of proving people wrong, the real power is proving those who believed in you right. Chapter 4. The Unyielding Spirit of Corporal. Ret. Jacob Schick. Jacob Schick proudly embraces the wisdom behind a timeless cliché. Behind every great man stands a great woman. His early years unfolded in Louisiana before transplanting to Texas during his teenage years. The towering influence in his life was his grandmother, the formidable matriarch Meme, whose impact endures. Meme's husband and son had faced the crucible of war in Japan during World War II and Vietnam, respectively. Yet the reticence of their generation to speak of their wartime experiences compelled Schick to turn to meme for their stories. Her storytelling left an indelible mark on Schick, shaping his worldview both as a child and, notably, after his own military service. Deployed with the 1st Battalion, 23rd Marines in the Sunni Triangle, Iraq, in September 2004, Schick led a quick reaction team tasked with capturing high-profile targets. A fateful morning brought a react call that stirred a premonition. Despite adhering to protocol, Schick took additional precautions, including preparing a bomb blanket. Moments into their journey, their Humvee struck a tank mine, propelling Schick 30 feet into the air. Sustaining severe injuries, multiple broken ribs, loss of part of his left hand, and amputation of his right leg below the knee, Schick, remarkably, wouldn't alter a thing, as he emerged as the sole seriously wounded. Returning to the U.S., Schick confronted 23 blood transfusions, 46 operations, and a profound sense of frustration and guilt. While grateful for his team's relative safety, Schick sought a new outlet for service to avoid becoming a statistic. Inspired by meme's storytelling, Schick began sharing his own story, breaking the silence that had gripped his grandfather's and uncle's generation. He candidly addressed substance abuse, mental health struggles, and suicidal thoughts, recognizing the transformative power of vulnerability. For Schick, the pain of sharing was outweighed by the positive impact it had on himself and others. In his words, "If talking about my experiences and exposing my vulnerabilities will help others, then that's what I do." Beyond his expectations, Schick's mission reached Hollywood's ears. James Gandolfini, Bradley Cooper, and Clint Eastwood were unexpected champions, enabling Schick to reach an even broader audience. In 2012, a startling statistic revealed that 22 veterans take their own lives each day. Schick's journey, while unique, highlights the universal nature of daily struggles. Consider how opening channels of communication and fostering safe spaces could alleviate the burdens faced by those around you. As Schick discovered, this act can be not only immensely healing, but, at times, life-saving. Johnny Joey Jones has a great sense of humor. Joking about his 2 amputated legs is fair game, but poke fun at the University of Georgia's football team, and you might be in for a world of trouble. Growing up in a modest environment in the South, Johnny's childhood in a mobile home with just one power plug was rich in honest and tight-knit family bonds. His father, a house cleaner and brick mason, exemplified virtue and simple wisdom, emphasizing the value of kinship forged through labor and the challenges of making ends meet. Always ready to lend a helping hand or give the shirt off his back, Johnny's dad left an enduring impression. Leaving home at 18 to join the military, Johnny carried these lessons with him. Describing his younger self as lost, he credits his survival in combat and subsequent thriving to the friends and mentors who looked out for him. As a military analyst for Fox News, Johnny's story of injury during deployment in Afghanistan is known. While clearing IEDs left by the Taliban in Safar Bazaar, he and his team located and neutralized over 30 devices in 5 days. On the 6th day, luck was not on his side as he stepped on an IED, resulting in a blast that propelled him 30 feet high and caused critical injuries, leading to the amputation of both legs above the knee. Post-recovery, Johnny knew he couldn't continue in combat, but his determination to give back to his military family persisted. Focusing on support during the transition home, he witnessed many peers grappling with the challenges of injury or retirement. His resolve to ease this struggle translates into gestures, whether a short phone call, Facebook message, cross-country visit, or an invitation to a hunting expedition. The size of the gesture matters less than its frequency and sincerity. Maintaining and forging bonds is an investment, and showing up for others may not always be easy. Johnny's story reminds us that despite the challenges, the returns on these investments can be far-reaching and lifelong. Summary: the experiences of military veterans offer a profound perspective on life, loss, and friendship. Even if we never wear the uniform or face deployment, listening to their tales provides valuable insights. Veteran stories not only encourage deeper contemplation, but also contribute to their well-being during the challenging transition back home. The openness in sharing triumphs and tragedies is not just a narrative. It's a crucial step in fostering understanding and support for those who have served. The power of empathetic listening and acknowledging their journey can make a significant difference in their lives. This audiobook summary was brought to you by JANKY Mind. We hope you enjoyed it.